Hello viewers, you're welcome to this tutorial. So we're learning about an advanced and conditional statement. Okay, so we dealt with the if statement, we use the else statement, so we're not dealing with the elif statement. Okay, so elif statements are necessary. I think this was not in the tutorial earlier on, so now I just brought it in to explain what the elif statement does. So we have the if statement. Now someone will ask, what is the use of the elif statement? Okay, in some other programming languages it's called else if. Okay, and in Python it's called elif. This is how we write it in Python. So does it mean that the elif statement takes off the else statement? No. Let's explain each one of them. Okay, so this is the if statement. All right, this is the elif statement. Okay, and this is the else statement. All right. So it seems they're highlighted. I don't know if you can see it well, but what the if statement does is the main thing I want to check. My main option, be it true or false. All right, that is this condition. If the condition stays true or false, and the else statement is if kind of nothing works, then use the else statement. All right, and the elif statement is necessary if I want to check another condition. Now bear in mind, the else statement doesn't check any condition, as we did in the previous tutorial. The if statement is where the condition is. So if this is true, then this code runs, and if this is not true, then it jumps all this code to run the else statement. So the else statement is not a condition. We don't input the condition, but it's a condition on its own that the if statement kind of passes through that and say, oh, okay, if the if statement never worked, then let's depend on the else statement. Okay, so the else statement is not a condition. It's just not a condition. It just happens if the if statement does not work. I have so many ifs in this tutorial. Alright, so that's why I brought in the secondary price. Okay, so this price is necessary so we can use the elif statement, because sometimes when you're buying some stuff, so let's say 19, so you go to buy from the maybe anywhere they have a promotional price, so you can use any name here: promotional price, secondary price, bargaining price, or any other thing you have. Alright, so this is the actual price of the product. Alright, but maybe you kind of met your girlfriend where you're buying the stuff, and she wants to favor you, so she reduced the cost, not the cross of Calvary. Okay, but the cross of Calvary is very necessary. All right, so she reduced the cost from 23 to 19. All right, so this is what is happening in the tutorial right now. Where do we put our elif statement? Should we put it after the else statement? No, you don't put the elif statement after the else statement. You put it after the if statement. So if, okay, if secondary price is less than or equal to amount in packet, then I bring my colon again. So remember, the same syntax is bring your colon and say print. Oh, thanks a lot. I am buying this product. Okay, so you go to the shop to buy. This is the current price. This is the amount in your packet. So if this condition do not work, the else statement runs. But maybe you just don't want to go home and say, oh, I just don't want to buy the product, I'm going home. Perhaps they have a secondary price, perhaps you're making promotions, maybe you didn't ask, or maybe he forgot to tell you their promotions, or perhaps you're bargaining the price. Okay, so all these things are necessary for the elif statement. So we don't want to just jump into an else statement and say, okay, if my first condition do not work, just jump to an else condition. No, that's not what we want to do. We want to have other set of conditions. So what happens is, if this condition becomes true, every other condition is skipped. So if this condition remains true, it will not run the elif statement and it will not run the else statement. It just skips all of them and prints just the bye-bye, because the bye-bye is not under any of this. It's not indented, as I said earlier. It is separate. Okay, so this is what we want to do. So let's just jump start into it. So if I run this code, thanks a lot, I'm buying this product. So thanks a lot, I'm buying this product is under which one? Is under the first one, meaning we're dealing with this product. So let's change the amount of which one? Thanks. Okay, yeah, no, it even escaped me. So thanks a lot, I'm buying this product is under the elif statement. Okay, so this is how it's working. In the previous tutorial, the if statement was false because 23 is greater than 20. Alright, so it skipped this and went to the else statement. But in this, we want to bring another condition. If you have any secondary price, so the person says, yes, we have a secondary price, and we compare the secondary price to the amount we have. So if the secondary price is kind of less than or equal to the amount we have. Then we kind of print, oh thanks a lot, we are grateful. Then after we say I'm buying this product. Then don't forget our print statement, which is not under any of this, so it will run and says bye bye, have a wonderful day. So there's it, thanks a lot, I'm buying this product, bye bye, have a wonderful day. So this is what the Elif statement does. It kind of adds a separate condition. So remember, the if statement is our basic condition. Okay, will you marry me? Okay, yes, no. That is kind of the if statement. All right, and the Elif statement is, will you consider marrying me later? So you get a yes or no, and the else is, okay, you know, this lady just doesn't want my life. All right, so that is it. So this is what the if statement does, the Elif statement does. So it's like else if. So that is what it means, else if. So we have if statement, Elif statement, and else statement. So this is basically the conditions we could be using in our code. So now, instead of using this, give yourself a hard try tutorial that instead of using variables, you can use receiving input from the user. Oh, I just give you a hint. So just use receiving input from the user. Let me give you a hint of how it works. So declare a variable called price of product. Okay, or you can leave the price of product, and you can leave the amount, and you can leave the secondary price. Okay, and just say this one, amount in pocket, and just put it in an integer and say input, and enter the amount you have. Oh no, I think this one has to be for, okay, so you just, this is for the user, so you walk into the store. All right, so you can declare a variable called price of product and name it integer and use input and say enter what is your amount, your product price. Okay, what is your product price? So if he enters the price, it is stored in this value. Okay, and then ask him, what is your secondary price? What is your secondary price? All right, so if he enters the amount, it's also stored in the secondary price. Then after you compare those prices to this. So let's run the code and see. So what is your actual price? Hey, our price is 700 Ghana cedis. And what is your secondary price? Okay, secondary price is kind of 450 cedis. So it says, oh, I'm not buying your product, your things are too expensive. So it runs the else statement because it starts from the top. If the if statement is false, it checks the Elif statement. If it is also false, then it has no option than to run this one. So let's rerun it again. What is your actual price? 400. What is your secondary price? 19 or maybe 20. So 20 is less than or equal to, so it picks it and says, thanks a lot, I'm buying the product, bye bye, have a wonderful day. But if we run from the beginning and say that, okay, what is your product price? Is 19 or 19. What is your secondary price? Also 18. It will run the first one. Okay, I'll buy the product. Why? Because that is the first one that will be checked before the rest of them. So this is basically what we need in if and elif statements. So if you understand this, then kind of manipulate it through several things. You can be checking so many things. You can even check string variables. Okay, ask the user to enter the name and compare it to a name you have. So maybe Prince. Okay, and tell the user enter your name. Okay, so if the name is not equal to the Prince, the user enters. So simple. You can use, so you can test so many things, not only numbers. You can text strings and characters and bool values and everything. So just check through them and subscribe to my channel. Did I say I release more tutorials so you can understand so many things. So make sure you share the videos, like them, and thank you for watching.